This is the first part for chapter 28. We're going to look at chemical messengers, hormone, neurotransmitters, and also drugs. So what are chemical messengers? Well, they're very important because they help to coordinate and control every single vital function of the body. So that can include hormones, and the hormones we're going to see they travel through the bloodstream, or neurotransmitter, neuro for neurons, so those are going to be released by nerve cells. All of those ultimately connect with a target, and that is the interaction between that chemical messenger and a specific receptor. That receptor is pretty much like a switch and is going to help and make some biochemical response to take place. This is just a very general diagram. So this is on the top, a messenger molecule can be a hormone, a drug, or a neurotransmitter. It will fit exactly on one specific receptor at the cell surface and will induce a biochemical response. So let's start with hormone, where hormones are chemical messenger of what we call the endocrine system. Endocrine system regroups glands and tissue. Very important characteristics of hormone: most of the time they are going to act at distance that are far from the ultimate site of action. Another characteristic of hormone is that they travel through the bloodstream. When we look at an example here, we talked about it earlier, insulin. Well, this is a hormone that is secreted by the pancreas, and that hormone is secreted when we have a high amount of glucose in the blood. Target cells through the body, insulin accelerate uptake as well as utilization of glucose. We saw this when we talk about the glucose metabolism. For example, in muscles, going to accelerate formation of glycogen, which is where we can store the glucose, but also here you see that in fatty tissue, they stimulate the storage of the triacylglycerol. Now, looking at neurotransmitter, here this is the chemical messenger of the nervous system. Most of the time, those are going to take place very close from where they are released and the target cell, which is most of the time another neuron. So electric signal of the nervous system travel along nerve fibers. We call this the axon. They take just a fraction of a second and they are going to go on very specific destination. Most of the time the cell, most nerve cells are not making direct contact with the cells they stimulate. You're going to have what we call the synapse, and the synapse is like a suction cup shape, and then you have the cell, and in between we have what we call the synaptic cleft, and this is where the neurotransmitter will be released and will have to find first its receptor before it can actually take action and is going to transmit a signal to the next cell. No, neurotransmitters are released in very short bursts and they are quickly broken down and pretty much recycled, meaning they can be reabsorbed by the nerve cell. Their effect is short-lived.